the world of Scratch. Tech Talk. In this chapter, we will learn about pen blocks, sensing blocks, operators blocks, variables blocks, iteration in Scratch, conditionals in Scratch. Blocks in Scratch are divided into different categories based on their functions. Each category includes a number of blocks to do different jobs. We have learnt motion blocks, looks blocks, sound blocks, event blocks and control blocks in the previous class. Let us learn about some more blocks. Pen blocks. The pen blocks are dark green in color. They are used to create interactive games where the user can draw on the backdrop. Pen drops include blocks for clearing the backdrop, blocks for stamping an image of the sprite onto the stage, blocks for moving the pen down and up so that it will or will not draw on the backdrop, blocks for setting and changing the pen color and size. These blocks are also used to draw a trail as the sprite moves on the backdrop. In Scratch 3, we need to add the pen blocks to the block category. The steps to add the pen blocks are as follows. Step 1. Click the Add Extension button at the bottom left corner of the Code tab. Step 2. A Choose an Extension window will appear with different options to be added. Click the Pen option. The pen blocks will get added to the Code tab. Some pen blocks are: Erase all. Erases all marks of the pen or stamped images from the stage. Stamp. Stamps the image of the sprite onto the stage. Pen down. Make the sprite draw a dot, then draw a trail of lines wherever it moves until the pen up block is used. Pen down. Cause the sprite to stop drawing a trail. Set pen color to sets the pen's color to the given color. Change pen color by changes the specified value by the number input. We can choose from color, saturation, brightness or transparency. Set pen color to sets the pen's color, saturation, brightness and transparency to the specified value. Change pen size by changes the pen size by the specified amount. Set pen size to sets the pen size to the specified value. Changing the pen shade. The steps to change the pen shade are as follows. Step 1. Delete the cat sprite from the backdrop and add the beetle sprite on it. Step 2. Select the pen blocks, click and drag the Change Pen Color by block on the scripts area. Step 3. Drag the Set Pen Size to and Pen Down blocks and place them under the previous block. Change the value of pen size to 5. Step 4. Now select the motion blocks and drag the Move 10 Steps block on the scripts area. Keep clicking on any block and observe the sprite drawing line with the change in pen color. Drawing a circle. The steps to draw a colorful circle are as follows. Step 1. Choose a sprite of your choice. Step 2. Drag the Move 10 Steps and Turn Degrees blocks from the motion blocks and snap the Turn block below the Move block. Change the value in Move block to 20. Step 3. Click the pen blocks. Step 4. Select the Pen Down block from the pen blocks and place it underneath the Turn 15 degrees block. Step 5. Now click and pull Change Pen Size by block onto the scripts area. Place it below the Pen Down block. Step 6. Drag Change Pen Color by block from the pen blocks and drop it at the end. Step 7. Keep clicking on any of the blocks in the scripts area till the sprite completes its colorful circle. Sensing blocks. The sensing blocks are cyan in color. They are used to control multiple functions like user input, output, storing value, and sensing objects. They are used for both sprites and backdrops. Some sensing blocks are: touching mouse pointer checks if the sprite is touching a specified object, edge, or another sprite. Touching color checks if the sprite is touching a specified color. Ask "What's your name?" and wait prompts the user with a question and wait for their response. Answer reports the answer that the user typed in response to the most recent question. Key space pressed checks if a specified key on the keyboard is being pressed. Mouse down checks if the mouse button is being pressed. Operators blocks. The operators blocks are light green in color. They are used to control multiple functions like arithmetic conditions, mathematical equations, and string handling functions. They are used for both sprites and for backdrops. Some operators blocks are: plus adds two values and reports the result. Minus subtracts the second value from the first and reports the result. Asterisk multiplies the values and reports the result. Slash divides the second value from the first and reports the result. Greater than reports true if the first value is greater than the second value and false otherwise. Less than reports true if the first value is less than the second value and false otherwise. Equal to reports true if the first value is equal to the second value and false otherwise. And reports true if both conditions are true. If only one or none of the conditions is true, it reports false. Or reports true if at least one of the conditions is true. If neither of them is true, it reports false. Not returns the opposite value of the input, reversing its value. Variables blocks. Variables blocks are orange in color. They are used for initialization and for incrementing the values of variables visible on the screen. For example, the scoreboard in a game. They are only used for both sprites and backdrops. Once we create a variable, we will see a number of variables blocks that include blocks for setting the value of the variable and changing it, blocks for showing and hiding the variable. Iteration in Scratch. The control blocks contain loop blocks for iteration in Scratch. Iteration means executing the same set of blocks more than once, over and over again. The code is executed repeatedly for a fixed number of times or may go on. The repeat and forever blocks are used for this purpose. The loop blocks repeat a set of blocks either for a given number of times, forever, or until something happens or a condition is met. Let us learn about loop blocks used for iteration. Repeat block. The repeat block helps in controlling the execution of the program. We can repeat the actions of the sprite as many times as needed. By default, the repeat block executes the same instructions 10 times. The instructions held inside the block are repeated for the specified number of times as mentioned in the block. The steps to repeat the blocks of commands are as follows. Step 1. Pick the repeat block and place it onto the scripts area. Change the value from 10 to 15. Step 2. Drag the turn degrees block and move steps block from the motion blocks and place them onto the scripts area. Step 3. Change the value of turn block to 30 and the move block to 20. Step 4. Now place them inside the repeat block. Step 5. Select the pen blocks. Drag the stamp block and drop it below the move block. Step 6. Click any block to run the code and observe the repeated actions. Drawing circle using the repeat block. The steps to draw a circle using the repeat block are as follows. Step 1. Open a new file in Scratch. Step 2. Add the scripting code as shown. Step 3. Play the animation by clicking on the when clicked and observe that a circle is drawn on the backdrop. Drawing square using the repeat block. The steps to draw a square using the repeat block are as follows. Step 1. Open a new file in Scratch. Step 2. Add the scripting code as shown. Step 3. Play the animation by clicking on the when clicked and observe that a square is drawn on the backdrop. Forever block. The forever block runs the blocks that are put inside it again and again. The steps to use the forever block are as follows. Step 1. Click the control blocks in the blocks palette. Step 2. Drag the forever block to the scripts area. Step 3. Add the script using the events, motion and pen blocks. Step 4. Click the when clicked to run the animation and observe the change. The sprite will continuously turn 30 degrees, move 20 steps and leave a stamp at each new position, creating a circular pattern. Click the stop button to stop the script from running. Conditionals in Scratch. Like any other programming language, Scratch also supports conditionals or decision-making constructs. In our daily life, we also need to take some decisions depending upon situations. In the same manner, creating games in Scratch may also require decision-making depending upon some conditions. For example, consider the scenario that we are creating a game that involves moving a sprite. We may instruct the sprite or to move into any other direction if it touches the edge. This case requires checking the condition if sprite touches edge and then taking an action, moving sprite into any other direction. This kind of decision-based programming is done using different conditional blocks available in the control blocks of Scratch. Let us learn about such blocks in detail. If-then block. The if-then block checks a condition and if the condition evaluates to true, it executes the scripting code given inside the if-then block. The steps to use if-then block are as follows. Step 1. Open a new file in Scratch. Step 2. Add one more sprite, fruit platter, along with girl sprite on the backdrop. Step 3. Click the girl sprite and add the script code as shown. Step 4. Play the animation by clicking on the when clicked and observe that when girl sprite touches fruit platter sprite, message "Wow, my favorite fruits" is displayed. If-then-else block. The if-then-else block executes the script code given inside the if-then block if the condition evaluates to true. In case the condition evaluates to false, it will execute the alternate scripting code blocks given inside the else block. The steps to use if-then-else block are as follows. Step 1. Open a new file in Scratch. Step 2. Add one more sprite, fruit platter, along with girl sprite on the backdrop. Step 3. Click the girl sprite and add the script code as shown. Step 4. Play the animation by clicking on the green flag button and observe that when girl sprite is not touching fruit platter sprite, think bubble "Where and my fruits" is displayed.